Namaste. This is Dr. Shreya Tayen, also known as Empress 1111. Welcome. I want to talk to you about the Twin Flame Dynamic, and I'm going to unveil some information for you. First, before I unveil what it is, let me say to you what it is not. It is not letting go of your hopes and your dreams. It is not experiencing setbacks, disappointment after disappointment, and living in regret. In retrospect, it's about fulfillment and commitment to your life's biggest dreams. Letting go of delays and letting those delays reroute your true, deepest unfoldment to your path. Living in frequency and vibration of unconditional love. This is what Twin Flame Journey is about. Not taking relationships for granted, but honoring our commitments to one another and our divine contract. It's about being in the state of acceptance and letting go. This is what ultimately will free you, body, mind, and soul. This is especially important for the twin flame relationships, and any relationship for that matter. When we hold on to someone, we restrict and constrain them, and this pushes them away. When we exist in a free-flowing state of allowing, then we truly free ourselves and those that are around us. And learning to love becomes a joy once again. When the 3D separation occurs, it is not to put us in an emotional, debilitating state. The reason why we go into this place of separation is because from there, we learn to transmute and transform through the alchemy of the soul. No longer being in that head space, but coming down into the heart space where our heart center is, where our Christed heart is within. It shows us our truest and our deepest wounds that need to be healed. Through many different lifetimes and past lifetimes, we learn to shift through different paradigms and illusions that the 3D template plays out for us. It is fundamentally important to experience these things, for it shows us how we got there in the first place. From here, we let go of any particular outcomes or any ideals of how we think it should all play out, how it should be, how it shouldn't be, how it could be, if it would be. All of those things begin to fade into that old paradigm that no longer serves us. It is like death. And for those of you that do not know, that after every death comes rebirth. And through this rebirth, we learn to balance the water and the fire, the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine energies. It is truly a holy trinity indeed. It is a sacred dance between you, your divine counterpart, and the divine. You see, you have experienced this resurrection of your soul, beloveds. Rising out of the pool of water and fire, shimmering with your new light body, and now you are able to bend elements. These two elements, which normally extinguish each other out, instead, they find themselves coexisting and creating new life. One that could not have existed before in a less evolved state of consciousness, which is where you were before the separation. This journey, it calls for personal and spiritual evolution by creative expression, and we learn new ways to communicate with our twins and even ourselves. Some of you have learned to speak to each other telepathically. Some of you have learned how to siphon energy from one another. Not saying that that's a good thing. And some of you have learned to send healing to the other person. And that's just to name a few of some of the hidden talents that you tapped into. See, had it not been for this separation, there would be no way that you could have learned those things. Because in this place you have come into the place of knowing that we are the true alchemists of our lives, and that no one is coming to save you but you. This is true alchemy of the soul. This is about the alchemizing and the harmonizing of two souls so that we can become one. And we are mixing and matching different styles of our personalities within ourselves to find that different aspect of who we are. It's all about creative freedom and artistic expression. In a deeper sense, we get to play out these realities through exploration and play. These relationships are sacred because energetically, we are all participating. It is like a great symphony that's being played out in the cosmos, and everyone is in one accord. Whether we want to consciously or not. This is not just the colloquial love affair, but this is an intergalactic love. A love affair that has the angels and the universe circumventing and repositioning and placing things in order for this union and reunion to take place. This journey is about self-mastery. Once you have mastered self, then you can teach others. Then when you come to this place, you live out your divine purpose. And while you learn to live out your divine will and purpose, This will set the wheels in motion. And then from there comes this beautiful union. The emergence of the inner G, which is the inner God within, by balancing your feminine and your masculine energies. Now you're ready for union, because you are truly married and you are truly one. One with your first beloved, which is the divine, and then one within yourself, and then one with your twin within first. So within, so without. And as you are intertwined in this threefold cord, you are married spiritually. It's the cosmic marriage. And then you remember your cosmic marriage with your twin. And now you're ready to raise the consciousness of the world. And then love is intertwined. You are being called to not have any attachments and complete trust for one another. But before this could happen, you had to go through the cosmic test. This is the illusion of separation. This wasn't a time for you to sow your royal oats or get your freak on. Contrary to what some of the low vibrational state of beings that are in the twin flame journey think. No, it was a period, and it is a period for some of you that are still in it, for growth and discovery. It is a time for you to learn how to tap into your intuition, to learn the secrets of the universe and the language of your soul, to connect with your soul tribe, to connect with your higher self. This thing right here is bigger than you and your twin. This is the time where the cosmic light is being shined upon you. This time is a time for transformation and the evolution of your soul. I hear people speak so negative about the twin flame journey, and it is because of bad personal experiences and misinformation. You see, the twin flame platform has been a cesspool for narcissistic spirits and those posing as twin flames. A true divine feminine or a divine masculine, they're not perfect. However, they are very loving and hold space for one another no matter what they are going through. They love each other through it all. And remember that we are also healing bloodlines. So there are so many traumas from past lives that we brought in, and that will bleed through. And your twin will play this out in the union. Just know this is something that is healing in them, and try not to take it so personal. I have found that the masculines, and they're not able to be called divine masculines until they fully awaken, are more sensitive and emotional than the feminines. And it is because the masculines, they are afraid to be alone. The feminines are not afraid to sleep alone. Divine masculines are now coming into that realization and are starting to isolate themselves so that they can properly heal, and so the proper healing can take place both on a physical and a spiritual level. So the twin flame journey in a nutshell is about the alchemy of the soul. Notice I didn't say souls, because you and your twin are one soul. The unions, the reunions are just the bonus and an outward sign in the 3D that we got something right, or that we are not finished learning our lessons. Whichever side of the coin you choose to fall on, just know that when you come up to be a 5-dimensional being in the 5-dimensional realm of existence, and you climb that spiritual ladder up here, there are no longer any more lessons. It's just love and joy, peace, and harmony. You have two choices. You can either choose to deal with your twin from a place of pure, unconditional love, and it will not matter how they choose to respond. It will matter not because you're happy whether you're with them or without them. Even if you hear the storm of life raging in the background like you do now, you will have this inner calm, this inner peace of knowing that all is well. So if anyone asks you, what is the twin flame journey about? Say it is about sovereign independency and divine will and purpose. It is about death of the ego and alchemizing and harmonizing of the soul. That is what the twin flame journey is all about. The other person is just one part of the equation, but it is not the equation itself. And when you start looking at it from this vantage point, your life will truly shift around, and you'll be able to see the blessings right before your very eyes. I love this journey. Now I'm going to ride it until the wheels fall off, because I know that first, there aren't no wheels, and secondly, if it were, they're not going to fall off, because I am the alchemist of my own soul. I am the captain of my ship and the master of my soul. I know myself very well, inside and out, because in this time of separation, I have taken the time to know who I am and to get a chance to know and comprehend who I am more fully. Because if you don't know how your person operates, how are you going to come to know how the other person operates? You're not. This is only a test, not to be taken so serious. Jesus said in order to get into the kingdom of the heavens, we have to be childlike. We have to be like a child. Children are full of play. They're full of wonder. They don't worry about the next day. and what life is going to bring. All they know is that they're going to play and they're going to make it the best of whatever the situation is. This too is how you should feel on your twin flame journey. It is beautiful to just be in communion with the divine and to know that everything is going to unfold just the way it ought to and supposed to. So just be in the moment, live in the moment, forget about the past. You don't live there anymore. And don't worry about the future because it hasn't come yet. Just be ever present and love you every moment and every second of the way. This is the best journey in the spiritual journey that's known to man. It can be either good, it can be either bad. It can be a blessing or it can be a malediction. And guess who gets a chance to determine which way it's going to be? If you said you were right. You're absolutely right, 100%. Positivity is the name of the game. And guess what happens when you're positive? Positivity breeds more positivity. And guess what happens when you love? Love begets love. You get more love and more chances for people to love you. And you draw into your spirit love. That's the name of the game. Your twin was just trying to get you to love you. And then when you love you, other people come and they love you and they dote on you and they love you even more. When you start seeing through things and having clarity, that sharpens your vision for the future. You're able to call in things as they are, even if they are not. You can make this be whatever you want it to be. If you want union, it'll be a union. If you don't want union, it won't be union. Remember, your wishes, the cosmos command. The universe is your waitress or waiter. And whatever your thought process put out, that's exactly what it's going to serve. You don't have to sit in visualization and visualize your twin in order for your twin to come back to you. All 3 times that I went to go see my twin and we had reunion, I never once sat and thought about it. I got an epiphany. Source told me to go. I went and I seen my baby. This is not science. This is law. And God's laws are immutable. And when you learn how to work in harmony with creation, that's when you'll have peace and tranquility. And most important, peace of mind. This love that you have between you and your twin, it cannot be explained in human terms. There's a word called eugen. When you can't explain something in human terms, then eugen is the meaning and the description that people often use. It's a Japanese term because it's just so perfectly profound And the beauty of it surpasses anything that human language can express. To love someone from the depth of your soul and the core of your being, from the earth chakra to the crown chakra, connecting from heart to heart, crown to crown, and intertwined in this beautiful Kundalini energy that reaches up from the base of your spine and teleports you both into the cosmos, into outer space, into this beautiful, vast universe. And yet, you're still in your physical body. That's love. And that's what it feels like to love in a twin flame union, where you both can make love to one another without even touching each other. When you can just sit for hours in the same room and not saying not one word to each other, but just happy to be in each other's presence, because you know what it feels like to be apart. That's love. To sit in a car, don't have nowhere to go, but the two of you sit there and just listen to your favorite songs, and you laugh and you talk, and one discussion leads into another topic of discussion that leads into another topic of discussion, and before you know it, you look at each other, you say, I love you, and the other person says, I was just about to say the same thing. And you didn't even have to tell each other that, but you wanted to, because you wanted to express how you felt, even though you knew the other person already knew it. That's love. That's the twin flame union. When you walk into a room and you light up the room, and even though there's 100 people in the room, you two don't see anyone else in that room besides the two of you. That's what it feels like to be in a twin flame union. I want you guys to start looking at your unions and start reminiscing about the beautiful moments. Forget about the past. Forget about the hurt. That was only there to show you what you needed to heal. Now you're in this place of transformation. You transmuted that energy. Now you can just be from this place of bliss because you're in 5D now. The transmutation has already taken place. The transformation has already taken place. Now it's time for you to enjoy your alchemical gold. I'm going to go ahead and leave you with that. Thank you for walking on this journey with me. It is a good karma to like, share, subscribe, comment, and leave a love donation if you feel inclined to. I now wrap you in my love and I cloak you with the light of Christ consciousness. And so it is. Ashe.